Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you from El Paso, Texas for the final night. And also, this is a special edition because this is my 200th episode of Facebook Lives. So I have been doing Facebook Lives every day since August the 1st, 2019, and today is day 200. When Casey issued me with the challenge to do a Facebook Live for a year, once a day, at least once a day for a year, I thought, okay, and I was wondering how long this would actually last, but I have kept at it for 200 days, and for 200 days. So I'm quite proud of myself for keeping that up and keeping able to do it, even when I didn't feel like it. I still got on and did it. But today I am absolutely exhausted. So we had I just got back from an incredible day out. Let's see. First of all, a shout out to Kathy Baxter. She just cracks me up. If you haven't seen the videos that she's posted on my timeline yet with Zeffy, go check them out. Make sure you have the volume on. They are absolutely hilarious. I was laughing so hard. I had tears streaking down my face. Thank you, Kathy, for doing that and providing me with such great entertainment. Awesome videos that she put there of Zeffy. So go check those out. They're hilarious. I love them. Then let's see. So we had kind of had an early night kind of an earlyish night last night. Got to sleep, slept pretty well. Woke up around 2:30 this morning. Wasn't feeling 100%. I knew it wasn't a cold coming on. It didn't feel like a cold coming on. I knew it definitely wasn't the flu. Could not figure out what was up. And I was up for like 2.5 hours. I just laid in bed and read until I finally felt tired enough to go back to sleep, which was around 4:30 this morning. Then woke up at 7:30. Still feeling a little off, not off kilter, not sure why. And I kind of did an internal check of myself, and definitely not a cold, definitely not the flu, no flu symptoms, no cold symptoms. Air felt a little funny. I thought maybe I'm getting an ear infection. And then it kind of went away, but I still had this headache right in here. And when I got a call from my friend Mary at 8 o'clock in the morning, I was telling her about it, and she says, "Oh, that'll be." She says, "If you suffer from allergies, that could be what it be." She says, "Because here in El Paso, we get a lot of winds coming in from other areas that blow in stuff that you could be allergic to." And I was like, light bulb went off. It's like, that'll be what it is. So after I spoke with her, I got out of bed, got my trays out, popped a couple of those, and symptoms cleared up. So now I know what the problem is, and apparently in El Paso they get a lot of allergy stuff blowing in. So doTERRA's trays worked like a charm. It's been my go-to for that, and this one comes in capsule form. I usually do an ounce of water with 3 drops of peppermint, 3 drops of lemon, and 3 drops of lavender. And that's basically what's in these capsules. So I was glad I had them with me. I got some work done, got up, showered, dressed. We took Zeffy down to the dog park. Later, she wasn't interested. She's so funny. She's now got the point where she goes in the dog park, kind of runs around, does her thing, and then runs around a little more, and then she goes over to work because I hang her leash up on the fence when I go in there near the gate. And she'll go and when she's ready to go, just go and sit by the leash and look at me, look at the leash, look back at me again. So I say, "Well, come on, I'm ready." I'm like, okay. So we came back to the RV. I got some work done. And then went and met up with Mary, and Mary Warren came out. She lives here in El Paso. She came out with her 2 8-year-old twins, and we went off and we had a blast around El Paso today. We got back probably about an hour and a bit ago. So it was just a great day out. I got to see things I would never have known to look for in the area, this is why I keep asking people, what is unique to your area that if I come and knock on your door that you can show me that's not the touristy stuff? What is unique to your area? So we had a very interesting day. So we we went to Fort Bliss because she was able to get on the base there. I have to say that base was huge. I have not been on a military installation since Andrews Air Force Base one year when we went to the Armed Services Day where they had a big air show on when we were living back in Virginia. And even then, we only got to, you had to go in through this gate. This is where you parked your car. This is where the air show portion was. You didn't see all the stuff behind. But, we get on the space, we're driving around, they've got traffic lights, they've got train crossings, they've got a shopping mall in the middle of it, which if you heard my Facebook Live last night was talking about the little known facts about Fort Bliss. And they got this massive shopping center in the middle of it with a movie theater, and we're just driving, and it was like a city within the city. It was the coolest thing. And I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, even when I was in the Air Force back in New Zealand, our bases were not this big. You could walk from one end of the base to the other in like 20 minutes. This one would take you probably an hour or two. Rough estimate. But then if you remember from the thing last night, there's like 164,000 people that live in Fort Bliss. So it's big. It's huge. It's a city within the city. It just mind-boggled me. And then we're driving down the street and you see there's these plaques next to the front doors which tells you the street name and number. Then underneath there's a plaque with who lives there, if it's a colonel or a major or a lieutenant colonel, and then if they are in charge of a division or whatever, there's a sign by the steps there, this like little placard sign there that says that they are the commander of this division or commander of this or commander of that. And I'm like, jeepers, you can't. I mean, if you're of any rank, if you're rank of an officer or in charge of something, you can't hide where you live on this base. Your name's on the door, next to the door. If you're in charge of a division, it's out there on a placard. I'm like, wow. But there were some really cool houses. There was one that we went past. She told me it was the Pershing House. And it was this beautiful Victorian house with the deep wraparound veranda around the bottom level and around the top level. Kind of like my dream home that I've always had, that I've always wanted, this like Victorian house that has these huge wraparound porches, deep porches. It was gorgeous, and it was white with the green, and it was just sort of like, I just stepped out of my dream and there's my house. But it was a massive base, and we drove around that, and then we went over to where the shopping mall is, and it's got the commissary there, and we got out, and we had Zeffie with us too, and she sat in the between Mary and I in the front seat, and she was just a hoot. Most of the time she curled up and slept up against Mary's leg, which was even funnier. And so we took Zeffie out for a walk, and we went walking around this open air mall and all of that, and had a look to see what there was there. And there was everything. I mean, there was a Burger King there. There was Denny's. What else was there? I'm trying to remember. They got a Chili's coming in. They had they had the movie theater there. They had a whole bunch of stuff. Under Armour, all these different stores, well-known brands and all that were there on the base. And it was just sort of like, wow. I said, our base is this big. But we got to go past different areas, and she used to live there on the base, and so she was able to tell me, when we came here, this was here, this area was this was this. And so I kind of got a bit of a history lesson over, they tore down this housing and they put this up here. So kind of got a bit of history behind it from what she has known over time and her time on the base. So that was kind of cool. I went past one building. She goes, oh, that's the building where I met my husband. And so it was really cool to hear it from a first person perspective about living on the base and what it was like, and what's changed and all that sort of stuff as well. So that was really cool. Then we went to Whataburger for lunch, and this is a really cool burger place. I got told that if you live in Texas, you have to go to Whataburger. It's like a Texas tradition. And so I'm like, okay, let's go try this out. I had a really, really yummy mushroom and Swiss burger. It was yum. And so we went in, went through the drive-through, got lunch, and then we went up Trans Mountain Drive, and there's this like picnic area off to one side that overlooks, I think it was West El Paso. Yeah, West El Paso we were looking over. And great views from up there. We went out to the picnic table, and the wind was howling through the shelter. So we ended up having the picnic inside her truck. The girls were in the back seat, and her and I were in the front seat with Zeffie. And of course, Zeffie's nose is here as I'm eating. So she did get a little bit of the burger meat. She didn't get the mushrooms, though, because I think they might play with her stomach. And she got a few of the fries. She was funny because I'd hold a fry there, and she'd be trying to tug a war with it. And then she realized, oh, okay, I got to bite off a little bit, and then I get another little bit. And so we did that and had a look at the view, had a walk out there and look at the views and everything else. Then we got back in, and she took me down we went to Sunland Park in New Mexico. So we actually crossed back into New Mexico and went to this area where there used to be a brick factory, I guess it's called a brick factory. And we parked on the side of the road, and there was this bumpy dirt road. If you didn't know this dirt road was there, that this road was there and what was up behind it, you wouldn't even know to turn onto this dirt driveway. It's like one of these little hidden places. And so we went up there, we parked the truck on the side of the road, we got out and we walked up the hill a bit, and on the face of the hill were these dinosaur tracks. I was trying to think, how do they get raised dinosaur tracks on the side of a hill? Well, what it was is that the dinosaurs put their press down onto the ground and had their impression there. Then centuries later, years later, whatever it was, there was some earth movement that turned that bit up. So the bit that we're seeing is the underside of their footprint. And I got some pictures of it, so I'll post them later on. But it was really cool to see. So I went up and had a look at those, and it was pretty rocky walking up there, and my ankles weren't doing too. My ankle, especially my tricky ankle, wasn't doing very well on that because I didn't have my boots on, just had sneakers. But it was really cool to see, to think that, you know, the dinosaur went this way, and the land, through earth movements and everything else, went this way. So you got to see the underside, you got to see the raised impression of the dinosaur, and the bit actually stood is somewhere on the other side of that footprint. It was really cool. Didn't know it was there. Not a clue. And there was a little post, a QR code on it. So you scan the QR code, and it gives you the information about these dinosaur tracks that are on the side of the mountain, and they've got on the side of the hill, and they've got this path that you can follow with these little posts with these QR codes on that when you scan it, it tells you what you're looking at. Oh, that was so cool. That was awesome. That was I'd never seen that before. Never seen that sort of stuff before, so that was really cool. Then we drove along the 375, which is like a loop that goes around El Paso, and we're basically following along the Rio Grande, and on the other side is Mexico. So on the El Paso side was this big metal fencing thing, and then you could look down on Rio Grande, and Rio Grande is like this little narrow stream. I always pictured it as this huge river. No, it's got a huge wide river, but it's just this little stream in the middle of it, and I got told to fill up with water later on. It fills up with water like around the summer times or something. But yeah, it looked like a little stream, not the river I had always thought it was. And then on the other side of the river was all this housing and shops and Mexico and things. So that was kind of cool. Got to see Mexico there. Then we went to the into Yabra, I guess it was. We went down Yabra Road, and then we went to this outdoor shopping center, which was really cool. All the shops and restaurants were lined up along the street, and it's a pedestrian. They do allow cars down there because you go down to the parking. It was lined up and down along the street, but then they had these islands in the middle, and most of the islands were like these, like ice cream stores or chocolate stores or eating places down these little islands. But then they had these other restaurants and stuff. So we spent a little bit of time there, just wandering around. It's basically a loo break. Then we got back in the car and we went on to the sugar house. And now the history on the sugar house is this guy built this house for his wife. It took him 20 years. And all the decorating he has done on the outside of the house looks like it's been made from icing. And that was the whole concept of this thing. And we got up there and I was like, whoa. And I'm going to post pictures after this. It was just like, wow, and it really did look like stuff that had been made out of icing and put up on the fences in the yards and everything else. It was incredible. Never seen anything like it before. We'll probably never see anything like it again unless I go back to this one. But there's a little thing there that it says it's called Sugar House, and it was to make it look like it was decorated with stuff made from sugar. And he did a fantastic job. It was something really unique and really cool. That's here in El Paso, and unless you know that it's there, you wouldn't know to go look for it. And this is the type of stuff that I like. So when I'm visiting people, I'm always asking, what's unique about your area? What is something that I can see that I can't see anywhere else? Today I got to see dinosaur tracks, and I got to see the sugar house, and I got to go to Fort Bliss. which was really cool. So I got to see some stuff that I would never see anywhere else. I don't know if I would ever get on another military base again and go for a drive around. So that was really cool. And Fort Bliss is Army, so got to drive around an Army base, which I had never done before in the US. So that was, great experiences today. It was an awesome, awesome day. And we probably got back here around 4:30-ish, I think it was, just after 4. So we had a really full day. It was a lot of fun. I can't thank Mary and her twin girls enough for the awesome, awesome day that we had together. Zeffie was like a champ, and then there was times that she was actually refusing to jump up into the truck. Like, she's like, no, I'm done. I'm not jumping in that truck, no. And so I just pick her up and put her in there. But we got her back here, and she went straight to a food bowl and a water bowl, and then played with the girls because they visited for a little bit before they headed home. And she got to play tug with one of the girls and played with them. And since they left, she's been curled up on the couch asleep. She's done. So after they left and I came back inside, she went straight up onto the couch, curled up, and went to sleep. That was it. She's still there. She hasn't moved in the probably just over an hour that they've been gone. So I kind of think she's done for the day, but I still have to do her evening walk, and I'm not looking forward to having to wake her up to go do that because she will not be impressed. But it was an excellent, excellent day. Definitely going to try and get an early night tonight and make sure I take my Tri-Ease before I go to bed so that I don't have my allergy attacks during the middle of the night that wake me up. I did get, and I kind of was dozing around 3 o'clock this morning, and then somebody slammed the door of their RV. Then I hear a door open and a door close, and then I hear this diesel pickup truck start. It was not the quietest truck. At like 3 o'clock in the morning, and somebody's sitting there revving their engine at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then about 15 minutes later, they drove out, and I'm like, really? It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you have to sit there and rev your engine. Not nice at all. But overall, a really, really great day. Totally enjoyed it. Loved the experiences I got to have. That Whataburger was awesome. She asked, what did she ask me? Have I ever had an In-N-Out burger? I said, yes. She said, well, it's like that, but better, and I would have to agree. So all you In-N-Out fans, I'm sorry, but their burger was better. Like all the other ones, freshly made. The meat was just a really, really good burger. And I know that being in Texas, they're very much steak burgers and that sort of stuff. So I'm going to be at home in Texas for a while because I like my steaks. And when I was coming in from New Mexico, I noticed a lot of steak houses and barbecue places. And so I'm like, yeah, we've got to find a way to try some of these on this while we're in Texas, especially going across the area that we're going across. And then later on, if we come back into like the northern part of Texas, then we'll have to go try some more meat. Because I've been told that Texas is the state for steaks and barbecue. So we shall see. But that's okay, because I like my meats. I like my red meat very much. But yeah, so overall, it's been a phenomenal day and so much fun. And I kind of a little bummed that tomorrow I have to get on the road and drive. And I think that's what was annoying Zeffie so much too, because she had spent so much time cooped up. Oh, well, she spent a couple of hours yesterday on our drive over here, and she got to have a break. And tomorrow is going to be it's our second longest drive on this first leg across the state. So tomorrow is like 214 miles, I think it is. And our longest one is 216 miles. But that one doesn't come till, I think, until we go from Houston to Scott in Louisiana, I think it is. I think that's my next biggest one. So yeah, so tomorrow's at 214 miles. Probably take us like 4 or 5 hours. So we want to be up early, get out early, go stop at the gas station and fill up Sparkle's belly, because she'll take half a tank just to drive from here to Fort Stockton. So yeah, so I'm going to try and get an early night tonight so we can get an early start tomorrow. And I don't know how Zeffie's going to be after yesterday being in the RV, today being in a pickup truck, and tomorrow she's going to be back strapped in on the RV again as well. But we shall see how she does. She's got a day of rest coming up because in Fort Stockton we're not planning on going anywhere or doing anything. We're just going to hang out at the campground, and I'll get some writing done, get some work done. and we're just going to have an R&R day. We're not even going to turn the alarm clocks on in the morning that we're there. It will be we get up when we get up, and that's how it's going to be. So I hope you all had a super fantastic sparkling day. I am off to have dinner. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner yet. I haven't decided. But it's going to be something light. And then I've got some work to do. Actually, I really don't feel like doing the work. I've got a couple of things I have to do tonight, so I'm going to get them done, and then it's going to be early to bed. Unfortunately, I haven't unpacked a lot for our 2-night stay. I haven't unpacked as much as I normally do, so tomorrow's pack-up's going to be really quick and easy. So thank you all for watching. And who we got here? Valentino from the Big Apple. Kia ora, Valentino. How's the Big Apple? Let's see. Kathy Baxter. Yes, you and your videos, young lady. Crack me up. Make sure you go check out the videos that Kathy Baxter posted on my Facebook wall because they are hilarious. Mary Baker, good to see you. Margaret Scott, kia ora from New Zealand. Excellent. Have you got rain yet, Margaret? I hear it's been very dry. You got rain. I know Fiordland's getting a ton of rain, and the guys in the north there are not getting so much. So I hope you guys are getting some rain for the gardens and everything. But anyway, I hope you all have a super fantastic sparkling evening. I am out of here. I'm going to go have some dinner and then take a dog for a walk. It's going to be an experience because she's not moving a muscle. Have a good one, and we will catch you tomorrow from Fort Stockton in Texas. Oh, and I will be in a new time zone tomorrow too. I will be on today. I'm in Mountain Time. Tomorrow I'll be in Central Time. So see you tomorrow. Hei konera.